God is good.
All the time.
Let's pray, please. Heavenly Father, thank you. Thank you for everything you've done in our lives. Lord, I ask for you to speak through me, Lord. Take away all the nervousness, Lord, in it, Lord. Lord, I can't do it without you, Lord. Thank you. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. My name is Terry Dean. I am 35 years old. I was born and raised in Santee Circle. I am married. I have 3 daughters. I have 2 grandsons. I love my family very much. My actions and my behavior never showed it. I lost my youngest daughter due to my addictions. I struggled with my addiction since I was 17 years old. I came to CLM back in 2012. I gave my life to Christ and was baptized. But I didn't follow my path. I didn't follow God's path. I followed my own path. Jeremiah 31:19 says, I turned away from God, but then I was sorry. I kicked myself for my stupidity. I was thoroughly ashamed of all I did in my younger days. My addiction and drinking became a lot worse. I have been locked up 12 times the past 3 years. I always blamed everyone else for my problems. Instead, it was me all along. I was the problem, and I didn't want to admit it. I always put myself first before everything. I became my own enemy. My 14-year-old daughter moved out because she was tired of it. I couldn't believe the person I become, but I kept heading down the path of destruction. But for some reason, my wife stayed. She always saw something in me I couldn't see or find. I really wanted to truly change, but I couldn't. Then God's grace, on February 2nd, 2019, I was locked up again. I ended up losing everything I had, but things didn't matter. What mattered was that I put my family out on the street. I spent 4 months in Berkeley County. While in there, I had no choice but change. All I could do was think about the people I hurt. I was disgusted with myself. I started reading the Bible again and asking for God's help. God helped me realize that He never left. I was just lost and was waiting patient. He was waiting patiently for me to seek Him. Once I was released, I called CLM every day for a month. After I started the program, I began to realize that I wasn't living the life God wanted me to. Paul teaches us that God does not waste our time. He used our past and present so we may serve Him in our future. While here, I rededicated my life to Christ. I needed God in my life again because I knew in order for me to change, it had to be through Him. I could no longer do it on my own. I tried my way and felt miserable. I also struggled with other things while I was in the program. Anger and my tongue being at the top. Anger is our whole person active response of negative moral judgment against perceived evil. I learned the difference between divine anger, human righteous anger, and human sinful anger. I had a problem with sinful anger. I was always quick to defend myself, either right or wrong. I like to argue my points across. In fact, I enjoyed it. I felt like I was always had to have the last word. My anger was mainly caused from all the guilt and shame, from all the pain and suffering I caused to all my loved ones. All the broken relationships I had with my family had left me empty inside. I use my tongue always as a weapon. Psalms 141:3-4 says, take control of what I say, O Lord, and guard my lips. Don't let me drift toward evil or take part in any acts of wickedness. Don't let me share in delicacies of those who do wrong. I finally had to pray and just give it all to the Lord. I had to empty myself every day, and mostly several times a day, completely surrendering everything I am to God. It's only through Him I will be able to find the peace that I am truly looking for. God says that I must be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. He did give me 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. I will admit some days are more challenging than others. But as long as I keep at it and keep God as number one, praying and reading His Word every day, I'm sure I can do it. I pray every day that God will restore all these relationships, all these broken relationships that I have destroyed. I have faith that God will when the time is right. I feel that God has brought a lot of joy and peace in my life. He continues to work in my life every day. He can do the same for everyone else as He has done for me. I came to CLM an angry addict and leave a peaceful man of God. I praise the Lord and thank God every day for giving His one and only Son so a person like me could have a second chance in a place in heaven. Psalms 40:1-3. I waited patiently for the Lord to help me, and He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the pit of despair, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on solid ground and steadied me as I walked along. He has given me a new song to sing, a hymn of praise to our Lord. Many will see what He has done and be amazed. They will put their trust in the Lord. I am going to the transition house. I have a job lined up. I have accountability partners made. I'm making the Victory Baptist my home church. Praise the Lord for CLM and all the men associated. Praise the Lord for Santee Circle Baptist and all the churches involved. Praise the Lord for this moment. For God gets all the glory and all the praise. I keep those who are lost in prayer and hope they come to seek God like I had to. Thank you.